Welcome to part of our branding series where we're diving into more of the nuances of branding. If you didn't listen to the first part, we talked about branding elements and how it should complement secondary to how you serve. So if you haven't listened, I recommend you go back and listen to that episode. And now we're going to dive deeper into more of the nuances of the branding elements. Welcome to Branding with Purpose, the podcast for navigating online branding without the headaches or DIY stress. Hi, I'm Holly Rigos. I'm going to be your kind-hearted guide as we craft authentic and impactful online presence. In this podcast, we're all about embracing purpose and integrity. Whether you're a solo entrepreneur or a visionary creator, or perhaps simply seeking to elevate your brand, you're in the right place. Okay? So now we're going to talk about color psychology. This one's fun. And I didn't realize this was not an innate kind of approach to color until one of my clients told me. She's like, Holly, one of the biggest pieces of advice that you gave me when I kept trying to change my logo on branding, you were like, Holly, I'm not going to say the client's name. You were like, hey, pick a color. Pick a color. Just pick one color. That's your one color that you'll associate it with your branding and who you are and how you show up. So then people know if they see that color the way that it's being shown, they know that's you. Now, I'm not saying that you just pick one color and just stick with it. That's all there is to it. What this client was doing is she was in analysis paralysis. She kept analyzing, should I use this neon green? Should I use this pink? She really likes the 80s. And so her personality is bright neon colors from the 80s. And she just loves that whole 80s vibe, the puffy jackets and leather coats with the big shoulder pads and kind of bold and in your face. And I said, well, is that how you show up for your clients? Well, no, I don't, Holly. Well, how do you show up for your clients? She's like, well, a lot of my clients are older. I come into their home. And also when I work with people online, they come to me for structure. I was like, well, what does bright neon green say about structure? And she's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, oh, you don't? I'm like, well, green says nature. And then the brightness, the level of brightness can also be a bit toxic. Think neon green, toxic waste. And she's like, whoa, I didn't realize it came across that way. I just like the color. I'm like, you can like it all you want. But if it's not showing up and serving your clients in a certain way, that might not be the color you want to associate with a fitness brand that says, come to me, I will train you, I will show you the steps and the ways to go. She's like, oh, well, I was like, what would you want to see when I think order and structure and teaching? She goes, blue. Immediately, she knew exactly what color she wanted. So I'm challenging you, if you're listening, if you're stuck in analysis paralysis of what color you should use, we're going to do some color psychology today. And I do have some articles in front of me, and we're going to kind of dive through and click through some. And I will try to make a YouTube video to complement this podcast where we see different logos visually, because I really think that will help you visualize. I'm a big visual. Okay. All right. So we talked about blue and we talked about neon green. So now we're going to go through some more colors, and immediately each color, and there's a lot, I want you to kind of visualize what you think. And let's see if you are right in the color psychology world. All right. Y'all ready? This is going to be so much fun. I know, right? I'm like a little kid. All right. First color. And this is one that I kind of like. I like to use it in my wardrobe. Red. All right. We're going to pause. What does red make you feel? What does it elicit? Okay. So the chart that I'm using right now, and I will link to it on the blog post. I love this one because it has positive and negatives. So positive feelings of red: power, passion, energy, fearlessness, strength, excitement. So remember I said I like to wear it because it's a power color. You walk up in there, I got this really awesome 80s red shirt, kind of like big shoulder pads. I wear sleek black pants, and I walk in and I'm like, yeah, I'm in my power suit. And a lot of women do. They'll wear this power color. All right. That's a positive emotion. All right. Think of brands that have red in them, and do they elicit power? Okay. All right. So negative feelings of red. And this might keep you away from wanting to use a red if it elicits or triggers your potential clients. Negative emotions. Anger, danger, warning, defiance, aggression, pain. Yeah. So it's not something I want to use in my brand. And it can be intimidating, remember? So be careful and wary of brand psychology, of color psychology. All right, let's keep going. This is fun. Ready? Orange. What does orange elicit? Okay. Positive emotions. Courage, confidence, warmth, innovation, friendliness, energy. Yeah, energy. I look orange today, I think. My makeup. I feel lots of energy. All right, negative emotions for orange. Deprivation, frustration. Another negative is immaturity, ignorance, sluggishness. Oh, I don't think I've ever kind of thought about sluggishness with orange. That's interesting. That's a new one for me. All right, ready? Next color, yellow. How do you feel? Yellow. All right, positive emotions. Optimism, warmth, happiness, creativity, intellect, extroversion. You're like, oh, that person just exudes sunshine. They're an extrovert. Negative. Irrationality. So they're an irrational person. Fear, caution, anxiety, frustration, cowardness. That's so crazy that cowardness is the negative, but extroversion, like an extrovert, like they're so bubbly, they can be such polar opposites. You know, a coward, they're hiding in the corner. You know, you yellow bellied, you know, whatever, that old saying down here. All right, let's keep going because this is fun. Green. How does it make you feel? What does it elicit? I'm not even looking at the list. I'm going to say money and nature. Those are the two things right there. All right. Green. Positive. Health, hope, freshness, nature, growth, prosperity. Told you. Money, money, money in the nature. Negative. Boredom, stagnation, envy. Yep. Green eyes. Blandness, enervation, sickness. That's crazy. Sickness with green. Turquoise. Ooh, I like turquoise. That's in my branding. Let's see what they have to say positive. You ready? How's it make you feel if you look at mine? Communication, clarity, calm, inspiration, self-expression, and healing. I would say, yeah, all of those are part of my teal. Excellent. All right, negative. Boastfulness. Yeah, I can see that because it's photography. Y'all, I'm taking this personally. Secrecy, unreliability, reticence, fence sitting, and aloofness. Oh, yo, I feel like it just just hit me in the gut. Oh, that one hurt. Tell me if turquoise says that to you or like the teal. All right. Do you see how doing just a little color psychology and you're like, oh, wow. Huh. But there's also, you know, an element to the fact that do you let that color overpower your brand? Like that's the only color you want associated. So make sure you take these into effect. You can use colors together. Remember, colors can be, the primary colors, they can complement one another. Complementary colors, you got the triads and stuff like that. Like, you could do hues of the color. Okay. All right. Ready? Blue. All right. Blue, trust, loyalty, dependability, logic, serenity, and security. Told you. See those colors? All right. Negative is coldness, aloofness, emotionless, unfriendliness, uncaring, unappetizing. Purple. What does purple make you feel? All right. Ready? Positive. Wisdom, luxury, wealth, spirituality, imaginative, sophistication. Never thought about purple as a sophisticated color. That's new. All right. Negative. Introversion, decadence, suppression, inferior, extravagance, and moodiness. I can see those colors. I can see those feelings for purple. Totally. Magenta. This is kind of like a hot pink color, little combination of like red and purple. Magenta. All right. Positive. Imaginative, passion, transformation, creative, innovation, balance. Is that the first one we've seen for balance? I think so. Interesting that that's a balance. What do you think the negative is? Outrageousness, non-conformity, flippancy, impulsiveness, eccentricity, so eccentric, ephemeralness. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm going to Google this word. So it's ephemeralness. Ephemeralness. All right. And it means the property of lasting for a very short time. All right. You got your dictionary word for today. The property of lasting for a very short time. So magenta means short lasting. All right. Brown. Brown positive. Ready? Seriousness, warmth, earthiness, reliability, support, authenticity. Negative. Humorlessness, heaviness, unsophisticated, sadness, dirtiness, conservativeness. Okay. Black. Positive emotions for black. Sophistication, security, power, elegance, authority, substance. Can you think of any brands that use black and tell you elegance, power, and sophistication? Drop it in a comment below on YouTube, or if you want to, you can send me a DM on Instagram. Negative emotions for black. Oppression, coldness, menace, heaviness, evil, and mourning. Like you're grieving. Mourning. I'm going to say that because I know my accent is a little, the M-O-U-R, mourning. Our very last color. I know this was a long one. And if you are still here, thank you. And I hope you're getting some knowledge out of this. This was a pretty meaty but simple podcast where we talk about the color psychology. And we're diving deep into it. So here's our very last color. And if I haven't said your color yet, this might be it. But if I have not, let me know. Like, we can create a whole little thing of all the different colors, or you can go search it and tell me. All right. The last color, white. So on this list, it says positive feelings or psychology. Positive is cleanliness, clarity, purity, simplicity, sophistication, freshness. Okay, that makes sense. White negative emotions: sterile, coldness, unfriendliness, elitism, isolation, and emptiness. Yes, white makes me think of those colors, both of those emotions, very clearly. Like, most definitely. I do like white for margin in the sense of like simplicity, but then also if there's too much white, it feels very cold and isolated. So, all right. What color from these emotions, what emotion is it that you want to feel the most right now? Like for your brand, how does it make you feel? What color? I would absolutely love to know what color you have chosen or are leaning towards now, because you now know the psychology. And if you're like, yep, you just confirmed that that's the color for my brand, I would love to know. I would love to know that this gave you value and is now getting you out of analysis paralysis. You were like, oh yeah, I'm ready to go. This is the color for me. All right. If it maybe changed your mind, that'd be really cool. Like perhaps you were like, yeah, I love red. It's a power color. But now you're like, oh, I don't want people to feel aggression because I've got too much red. I'm going to use it in combination with this other color to kind of create a more regal or fun or quirky or creative brand. All right. This was so much fun. I learned a lot about different psychology colors, and I just think that's really, really awesome. Now, let's think about how to choose your brand colors. I'm going to leave you with these 7 steps. Ready? So, number 1, establish your brand identity. Remember, go back to the other episode. How are you going to show up? How are you serving? Who are you serving? Like your brand identity. Okay. Explore color meanings. We just did that. Search for inspiration. So now that you know you want to use a red, go find color palettes that are using red. Go look at logos that are using red. All right. Netflix, H&M, Canon, CNN, like those are all different red colors. All right. Now go pick your primary color. I just said red. Those are examples. I don't know why I'm stuck on red because that was the first color. Pick your primary color, then choose your secondary colors. Remember palette, and then select neutral colors to kind of like, again, complement those, and then test them out. You might be like, oh, well, let's start over again. But now that you understand the color meanings, you should go through this process and really nail it down now. And just stick to something. Just choose something and move on. Move on. Move on to the other stuff in your business that's really going to help you down the road. And that's SOPs. That's standard operating procedures. That's communication. That's customer journey, building the products. And that's where I'm at. Okay. I'm trying to build products that will serve you. I'm trying to make courses, digital goods, Canva templates, social media content that you can consume to help you, because I want to serve you and give as much free content as possible to help elevate and uplift women's brands, specifically people who want to do brands with purpose. So go out, go choose your color, and I can't wait to see what you create. Until next time.